on the things that matter. Let's focus on the game. Anti-Mage last pick. No, Anti-Mage last pick. I do love it. I'm just not sure if they can hold this game for long enough to be able to like get him online. As Pana was talking about, the lane is going to be very difficult for him, playing into summons, playing into Nature's Prophet, a lot of harassment. So he might be pushed out of the lane relatively early on. And also, Ybb, one more time, playing against Wraith King. This is how PSG.LGD beat them the other day. Like, and also, I gotta say, I loved the literally dead hero coming out from Syndra. It made me laugh.
Yeah, it made me laugh a lot. I giggled quite a bit. I was just, you know,
He's a funny guy.
Yeah, very funny person, always. And it looks like what's not too funny is for ZZQ. He's going to be first blood. XWY getting that first blood. Never really wanted to give it up to the mid laner. Not the best feeling in the world. And we've seen this Wraith King. I feel like when you think Wraith King, though, in China, you think Erica. But this time it's going to be Monet on it. And it should be interesting to see how this Wraith King does.
It's an old school counter to this Doom. And as you've seen, they are blocking the camps. They do not want to see them picking up some good creeps and also no stacking. I mean, it's also against Keeper of the Light. Like, this is huge because he wants to farm these two camps. So it will... Okay, so he's going to kill Observer Ward. That's one sentry used. Still needs to use 2 sentries. It's going to take time. Like, it's very effective. And it's also kills Keeper of the Light's momentum because he wants to push the wave, come back into the jungle, get those stacks going, farm it up.
Yeah, so you kind of got to go 3 for 3 here in terms of sentry wards to block it. But maybe the obs was obvious. However, the sentries, I don't know. I don't feel like this is a common thing. I don't know if they're going to be able to figure out, hey, we need to get these unblocked until they see it. So like I think
so. Keeper of the Light comes in. He sees that there is no camp available. He needs to use the courier, or his support needs to come there, unblock it. So it's going to take time.
Yeah, a long time for Kato to get something out of that. And giving XWY that first blood, that already means you're kind of sitting behind on this Leshrac. The lanes could become difficult for the side of Ybb. Like I think Aster, they've put themselves in a pretty prime position, and they've been one of the top teams in the region too. So I kind of expect them to do well to start off.
They do have a very tempo-oriented lineup. Leshrac, Enchantress, Nature's Prophet. These heroes can play the map. They can take the towers early on. I also want to see what the build from Monet is going to be, because we've seen... At least we've seen Wraith Kings going for Radiance build. He has not been played many times, I believe, so far in the Div 1. 5 games, sitting at 40% win rate at the moment. Doesn't look too good. You know, this is also a hero that hasn't been touched too many times in terms of buffs. Got nerfed a lot of the times in the past 6 months or so.
Dude, Bobika's being a pest right now on this Enchantress. He hit TMing so hard with one of those level 1 impetus shots. He had like 40 health remaining. God, I love the way Bobika plays this hero.
They decided to switch things up. Bobika will be playing this position 4 with the safe laner. So they have range plus melee in both of their lanes. And also they do threaten a bit more kill here against Disruptor. Like, not an easiest one. Clockwork uses Battery Assault. He will get Glimpse back, but it's still more pressure on Lu, who's sitting at 7 CS, so not too bad. And XXS, as expected, 10-4, dominating this matchup.
XXS must be sad, though. He's not there with his partner, Bobika, in lane. It's hard to separate the two of them. They haven't been separated from a team in about 5 years. Yeah. It's been forever. Oh, no, that impetus is going to hurt. God, TMing, he only has 2 tangos remaining, and he's taking a lot of harassment. This is just not exciting at all for him.
Double tornado.
Yeah, that's not fun either. Dealing with the tornado, dealing with the impetus. Kind of, Aster and LGD, they do make these enches into these kind of core supports, and Beyond is going to die here to Bobika, showing off just that.
Bobika's not done yet. Also getting the leap charge.
Ooh,
from Mirana. He doesn't have... Okay, he does have mana.
Oh,
Ooh, if that was Impetus shot,
I think he would have
dies. Yeah.
Interesting. And Ench by now going into tangos and some infused raindrops. You know, infused raindrops kind of ruining the math when you're trying to see how much damage you might do with something.
You don't like that one, don't you?
It really annoyed me the other day. I was playing mid as Zeus, and I was up against Huskar. I bought back to ult, and he took literally no damage.
Right,
and then I went, what has he got?
I got to rewatch that.
Don't.
Pichu, not enough mana for Battery Assault. ZZQ also does have Glimpse available, so it's not going to be as good. Anti-Mage now on top of CS, 17-4. Clockwork did leave him, and Loot did manage to get some farm. Also his item build, 2 raid bands, does not want to get harassed. Something that we don't see. Most of the time we see Anti-Mages rushing for that Ring of Health, but he got fed a couple of tangos from ZZQ, and now getting closer to that Ring of Health, just 200 gold away, on top of double raid band.
He's farming way better in this lane than I kind of expected, but he's not getting pressured at all from the Clockwork. Like, XXS is just focusing on his own CS, right? And I think that's fine.
Pichu doesn't have much mana to work with. He gets hit a couple of times by Anti-Mage. He also used his mana to try to zone out Disruptor.
Yeah, kind of successful in zoning out ZZQ for a second, but he's right back in the lane, so it hasn't exactly been, like, all success for him right now, and that allows Lou to just continue doing his thing. XWY over mid against the Coddle has been pretty even. And then top lane again, Bobica just being a nuisance. He's got this Wolf. If that was Impetus, that could have been a kill once more. And
he's going for it.
Yeah, he wants to search, but he can't exactly find Teaming. So he's just keeping the lane open for Monet at the moment. And eventually this Wolf will spot him. Impetus, steps forward just to survive with 15 health.
This is why China first pick Enchantress whenever it's available. This hero is completely zoning out both heroes. Beyond needs a TP.
I don't think he gets out.
Oh my god, this is a disaster.
Now you've got the long walk of shame coming back.
Extra damage from pack leader's aura. That extra 30% damage. With the skeletons, with Bobica, that Impetus shot as well. Already a 2k gold lead for Aster.
Does he have a leap? He has 2, okay. I was going to say, he might be in a lot of danger if he gets spotted. And they could see him kind of walking around. He's taking Bobica's attention, and now he's forced towards the tower. This is an awkward spot to be in, because if a stun gets thrown from Monet and it lands, you might have just been dead.
Bobica behind enemy tower.
This is some aggressive
does have a stick plus Impetus.
There it is.
We'll get him.
Okay, Bobica. Just...
And also making a wraparound. Pichu with Boots of Speed. If he gets connection onto Keeper of the Light, who's level 5 at the moment, that's a kill.
Yeah, Battery Assault. There are the cogs. And the stun follow-up from XWY. They are dismantling the early game of YBB.
They're on fire, as expected. Like, this lineup plays so fast. Arrow? Wow.
Wow. Esportsbet.io, just with 1.03 to 12.74. They're getting dismantled. I don't know if it was going to be outsiders from China kind of odds, though.
2 supports, they don't have much damage to work with. 2 points in Glimpse, which was already used. No arrow. He wanted to secure the rune. Gets that deny on DD. XWY will still pick up. He's rune. Refilled the bottle at Bobica one more time, being very annoying. XXS still level 5, so no Wrath of Nature available. Going for this off-laner type of a build, as we like to call it, on NP. That Aghanim Scepter going to come in very handy, especially against Anti-Mage, to have this root mechanic that is going to hit him, because they are relatively limited in terms of stuns control that they have. You need to get in with the hook shot, maybe cogs into Split Earth or Raid King stun. And I also did mention the item build on Raid King. Didn't finish that thought. Never mind. Seems like I'm not going to be able to do it again.
Glimpse all the way back with 70 here into the Illuminate. That was a cool little alley-oop there. And eventually Lou, well, he blinks forward, but he doesn't get the kill. 70 gets credit for that on XXS.
Meanwhile, XWY pushing mid tower. Only 1 point in Edict.
Yeah, but getting a lot of time to just kind of put all the damage onto this tower, right? Like, this tower, I think...
this tower's dead unless they bring Keeper of the Light. 70 is coming, but he's going to be underneath the vision. They do have 2 Observer Wards scouting things out.
Just saving the tower for now. Beyond's pretty far forward, and Monet's got level 6. Bobica is still not dealing with a lot of mana. XXS comes up into the top lane, but they need to get the control. Beyond is pretty quick. Now they've got the enchant to slow him down, Sprout to block his path, and Monet, they'll get a kill on a Beyond. And they're gonna... This is gonna line up to be pretty bad for the side of YBB. Top and mid probably going down in succession. Like,
Mid tower sitting at 100 HP. For now, they're gonna keep it because they do have another glyph available, so might try to play off of it. XWY, Arcane Rune available for him.
Glimpse. No, not enough space. So XXS threw that Wrath of Nature earlier. He'll have it back up in 35 seconds. Wouldn't be surprised to see them.
Hell yeah, this is it. Mana Void to secure one big creep.
Is that value?
Well, if you're not going to use it, why not? Yeah, it's he got like 60, 65 gold from it.
65 gold, so you're getting less than 1 gold
per mana.
Yeah, Bobica dying there to TMing. That's a killing spree going in the way of this Mirana.
Warpine Raider, meanwhile, kills the tower, so valued. It's not going to be denied. They're not going to take away gold from Team Aster. And one more time, let's go back to Wraith King. Monet, king of the farm at the moment, going into Armlet next. I wanted to see if this was going to be like Radiance type of a build, but you're only playing into Anti-Mage, so I feel like getting some Deso to hit even more early timings would be much better.
I love Radiance. Built it yesterday on Witch Doctor. It was fun. Little Greaves, Radiance, offlane Witch Doctor. What a build. You're looking at me like I griefed the game.
Well, I'm going to let my look do the thing.
Do the talking.
So 70 does have Boots of Travel available, can be anywhere on the map. Problem is Beyond.
Oh.
Ooh, they get him.
They have been so on point with these kind of combos. I will say XWY not gonna die, but they've found the targeting on like the Illuminates with the glimpses and the arrows and the Illuminates. Like it's been impressive. XXS not having too much fun against the blue in terms of having mana, but now they've got the enchant. And he's got blink up, so he'll blink away and get away from these heroes from Aster.
Bobica now on the bottom lane. Will start to pressure the tower, has Dark Troll Summoner. They do have Treants. These are 2 sets of Treants. So 10 of them, if I can count correctly. This tower's just gonna drop. Anti-Mage doesn't really deal well with this.
With no Battle Fury at the moment, he can't exactly deal with all these units.
Plus 15 damage on Treants. And Wraith King's even here.
Yeah, they're rotating. They want to go for this, so let's see. Kinetic Field, Monet is holding on to Reincarnation, but he doesn't have the mana for it anymore now that he threw out that Wraithfire Blast. He does have 18 wand charges. Now 19 and 20. He's going to hold on to that. The Wrath of Nature flies in, and now he'll pop the wand. They've got the hook shot on the back lines to get the kill there on Alu and 7E. And now looking to get the kill on a ZZQ. Kinetic Field holds him close as the right click is there to get the finish on a ZZQ. He is just blowing all these heroes away.
I love that Monet ran in and did not give a damn about what's going to happen. Has that magic wand, as you said, 18 wand charges. How much damage is that? That's 3.3k damage with just Armlet on Wraith King. So he survives, toggles with it nicely, doesn't even use ulti. They were too afraid to commit to him.
They're scared of this Wraith King by a lot. He's the unstoppable force. Didn't even have to use Reincarnation. Like, that is... Yeah, I mean, this is why people have talked about Monet for a long time. I think there was even the conversation for the last few years or so that Monet greater than Ame. I don't know if I'd go that far, but he definitely always makes a case for it.
Yeah, Monet has been stable as a carry. You know that you can rely on him to carry the games, that he's going to get the farm. Doesn't, like, the thing about Monet is he doesn't throw. He doesn't have these weird places that he goes for, doesn't overextend. It's just been pretty straightforward, played by the book, pretty much.
Yeah, the only time I think I've ever seen him get, like, even tilted was against LGD. It was Jin-Q playing the techies. I think you were there, and he called GG in 13 minutes. He died, like, 5 times in lane.
We've all been there playing against techies.
he was like, all right, I'm out. This courier's going to go down, so that is actually going to hold Lou back a little bit.
Nice try for Bobica.
Getting that Void Stone.
Use Centaur Conqueror, try to push it forward, predict where Anti-Mage is going to blink. Monet was fake pumping that stun. And now Lu, he is getting closer to his Battle Fury. Courier died. It's a very slow draft from Ybb. Keeper of the Light got shut down. Those early camps that he could not farm. Doom also shut down in the lane. Just a casual Ring of Health. Probably was thinking about getting the Meteor Hammer. Didn't happen in the end. Decided to get Hand of Midas instead. And now going into BKB.
Yeah, it's been a little bit of the build that we've seen from Dooms, as Bobica's just standing tall against these heroes. Now has some help from Monet. The Wrath of Nature on a 4, and that's the upgraded one with the Axe. So they blow up 70, they take out ZZQ, TM being forced to leap away, and Lu wanting to help gets rooted immediately and can't do anything.
Aster does have very limited amount of stuns, so they walk in, either with Monet, this time it was Bobica, and Wrath of Nature, as you said, the upgraded one, hits 1.3k damage coming out from that ability. Now has Javelin, just from one fight. He just finished it off. 13 minutes into the game, 14 minutes, you have Javelin, an extra 300 gold.
Max success. Both him and Monet have a lot of farm. That Golem gonna hurt Lu a little bit. So, dealing with the Mud Golem. They've got that Hurl Boulder, which is kind of a nuisance. So, Bobica just continuing to farm. This is no surprise. Like, we've seen this kind of build from him and LGD as well. Like, they love this Enchantress that kind of shifts into this core, and he's going into the Dragonlance. So, he'll be able to throw these impetus shots from a distance, start to output a lot of damage, and kind of be that fourth core. Fourth damage dealer.
They do have dust
just
available.
Landed onto Team Ming.
2 leap charges. That's 1.
Oh, Cogs. Now a second leap, but they've got the Lightning Storm, and this is a dead Mirana. Nowhere for you to leap to, and Pulse Nova's going to do a lot of damage and just take out.
They lost vision, but XWY knew exactly where he's going to go. Like you can see with Diabolic Edict, if it hits, but there were also creeps around it. So very nice read from him.
An 8k net worth lead here for Aster. Ybb just moving a little bit too slow at the moment, and they still want to get this Battle Fury on Lu. Not a awful timing, truthfully, with 2 Wraith Bands and Power Treads. I still think that this is decent, right?
Yeah, it's okay. They didn't take a single tower, so no extra gold for him. He was not involved in it. Like, sure, he got like 1 kill, 1 assist. That's it.
So it's been a little bit tough, but overall, I don't think that's the worst. Denying that Wolf, making sure that Beyond gets nothing.
Beyond does have Thunderclap and Death Throw power, so maybe the plan is he runs in, takes some damage, dies, gets this tomato creep aura.
Hook shot, and the stun follow from XWY. They've got the glimpse, the leap, oh, and the kinetic field. That means this Mirana is just gonna eke out a survival leap.
Did have another leap charge available, did not want to commit to it. He's having a really rough time. Tian Ming.
Ooh, they smoked. They're going to spot ZZQ. He's only level 6. Level 9 for Tian Ming. Or sorry, for Pichu. Boca and Monet down bottom are just going to take a tier 2 tower. Like, there's nothing here that can stop them. They just aren't progressing too quickly.
16-minute Deso, Edict running, plus Catapult, extra creeps, extra units. Very difficult to defend. And Aster, they keep increasing the net worth lead. Next on the menu should be Roche.
There really isn't anything stopping them, right?
No, I think they can run in. Sure, you're playing into Keeper of the Light. In terms of sustained, you don't have as much. There is no point in Nature Attendance. Your offlaner is not building into Greaves or Pipe. So maybe they want to take a fight before, get a pick-off. And speaking of pick-off, here we go.
Yeah, hook shot into the stun, the same combo that they put on the Mirana just a second ago. So Pichu will get that kill. This Kato, all he's got is an empty Spirit Vessel. Boots travel.
Yeah, that's a rough one. Also, he is kind of forced to build into Force Staff to be able to push himself out of the trouble. Mirana is getting 1. Same goes for Disruptor, but it's going to take time until they get those. Battle Fury is finished.
Got to be careful. No hook shot, though. So, as was talked about on the panel, the lockdown a little bit limited.
We can call it Lackdown.
Oh.
They don't have enough. And Ybb will drop. This is
okay.
350 pure damage.
Just Bobica. Hashtag Bobica things. I really love it. I don't know why I get so excited for these Enchantress games, but maybe it's because the support feels like the carry in these games.
It really does. And now they are underneath the ward. Bobica will try to get out of the trouble.
There are 3 heroes nearby. Yeah, Static Storm committed. Thunderstrike is on him.
They might need to doom him.
And yeah, they might, because if he gets Nature's Attendance off, he'll start to heal up. But it's only level 1, so Illuminate will hit.
Okay, they body blocked him. It's okay. 4 heroes for Bobica. He gets a return kill. 70 finally getting that Spirit Vessel charge. So that's going to help out against Nature's Prophet, against Leshrac Bloodstone as well. Same goes for Wraith King. Monet did pick up his Blink Dagger, so will be a bit more maneuverable. And into the Roche Pit he goes.
He's farming so fast. You just said a second ago, Deso. And now you're like, oh, all right, he's got Blink Dagger too. Sure.
I said XXS also 4 minutes ago. Aghanim Scepter, now it's Maelstrom, Mythril Hammer on top of that. So very fast. They're like getting the most out of the map. Lou is trying to get the most out of the map, trying to creep skip. Oh, no, he got stunned by Ogre Bruiser.
Oh, no, the Bruiser! And the Wrath of Nature immediately hit him, so he's got the root. Lou?
Where's the hook? Where's the hook shot? They need a rocket.
They see him. He blinks. Oh, hook shot. Anything? Oh.
Maybe the play there was... Oh, speaking of hook shot, here he comes, and we'll get the kill on ZZQ. Maybe if Pichu, like, TP'd to the tier 3 tower top, they could have gotten him, but yeah, Ogre Bruiser, you don't see this often. Esports athletes getting stunned by Ogre Bruiser.
Yeah, that kind of takes a long time, too. It's just this long...
Because he went for the courier. That's why.
XWY still farming up. Not a lot of mana to work with at the moment, but he does have an Aegis, so going for this kill is kind of risky. He might just turn on you on the second life and...
He hits him with the arrow.
But Lou, beyond here... We have not seen a Doom yet. And
ability or the hero?
Both.
We've seen him feed a couple of times in the laning stage. He does have his things, right? You know, Blink Dagger, BKB, doesn't have War Stomp, does have Hurricane. Maybe that's a good saving tool against Clockwork, I guess.
Maybe.
But I would still prefer if that's a War Stomp, just to have a little bit more control.
So I will say they at least quickly got the Aegis out of the hands of Aster. Couldn't follow it up with another kill, though. And now Aster are the ones on the search, but they're on the opposite side of the map from where Ybb are. We're looking for XXS. Just about has that BKB.
Oh, where's the follow-up? They need Glimpse.
Oh, the TP. All right, that's going to be TP coming through as well as the hook shot. So XWI is going to be nearby. Static Storm dropped on the Leshrac. But beyond trying to fight here and hurricanes himself out of the cogs, they've got a glimpse. It's on a Bobica. The impetus shot is going to hurt. They'll land the stun on a Beyond. And then they'll TP out ZZQ.
That was way too deep. Doom getting in, getting that ulti off on Leshrac, but not close enough for Disruptor to get the glimpse off. Tianming also used Force Staff on Disruptor, try to push him slightly forward. It was still not enough.
And now they've got Monet getting the shard, which means he's much more free to throw stuns out, use his mana, and not be so reliant on a wand having enough charges for him to respawn.
Doesn't care about getting his mana burned anymore. And look, Glyph, even though it was buffed in the previous patch, extra target from 4 to 5, it's still not enough to deal with all these summons, Treants, Skeletons, creeps that Enchantress takes. And they're not done, it seems.
I don't really know what they do to Monet here. Blinding Light, impetus shots on a Tianming. They get the first life out of his hands. But can they get both lives out of his hands? As that impetus shot takes out this Mirana, Bobica continues to just do so much damage. And, you know, while they're losing their mid-setter acts, they are just having Lou farm bottom and get a tier 1 tower. But trade-wise, I don't know if that's the greatest.
You see the power of this Keeper of the Light using Solar Bind, Spirit Vessel Charge into Illuminate, cuts him down to half HP. Maybe Monet decides to switch things around I don't know if he feels too comfortable playing without a BKB because they can still burst him. When he has ulti available, sure, he can go in, soak up some of the damage. Lu trying to get the most out of the map, split pushing for the last, like classic anti-mage game. Like we've all been there waiting for him to come online. He never does, has bad internet connection.
Yeah, my carry had bad internet connection yesterday. 1,000 ping. Still decided to buy 2 Divine Rapiers and then feed them away. We won. In my heart. So, top lane, YBB. Can they defend this tier 2 tower? It doesn't look likely. I feel like Lu just wants to continue to farm. And going up against Diabolic Edict, like all these skeletons and the treants and everything, like this tower just melts.
It dies so quickly. Deso. Let's see if they can get Lu. Wrath of Nature.
They want to catch him on the root.
Ooh. Does have Manta Style now available, so it's going to be a bit more difficult. If Aster wants to play this super safe, they can wait for next Roshan to respawn. As you said, they did take off Aegis pretty quickly.
Yeah, they're up 10,000. Now they've got Ags on Coddle, but I think Aster are just in a good spot to potentially finish the game when Wraith King's got his ult back up.
They could go for another push, maybe take a tower. They don't necessarily need to heavily commit. Yeah. The only big ability you need to care about is getting that glimpse once you die first time. And Monet switches his item build. He's like, yeah, AC is great. It's a greedy one, but I also want to have something to protect myself with. So wants to get a BKB, which is a much safer choice. Lu on a split push mission.
He's got Mirana behind him. Moonlight Shadow will blink up towards the jungle. Is he going to put pressure on the tier 2? That seems risky now, especially seeing XWY. But Lu, with the Moonlight Shadow going towards the triangle to farm, and he'll find himself XXS. So some right clicks, but he's going to eventually need to get out of here. Hook shot. Now they've got the root. This is problematic. They'll land the stun and the Wraith Fire Blast. So really well done by Aster to manipulate his movements, right? And make sure, if he's blinking back, we know we've got hook shot, then we've got the follow-up stuns.
And now ZZQ in trouble. By in trouble, I mean very dead. This is solo kill. It was only Sprout from XXS didn't deal any damage.
Yeah, he didn't want to help.
He's online. Hurricane Pike done. He's almost as farmed as Keeper of the Light that has been played from the mid lane. Boboka, this is how he plays. Very active early on, then he tends to take the lane for himself, get the farm. Just enjoys right-clicking with this hero.
I still want Sprink.
We might get it this time.
Get the eggs. Please. Just so many impetus shots, so much damage. Potential. So, with that Pike, 1,200 gold. Oof. He's just super farmed. And you can see the comparison between him and the Mirana. And obviously Mirana has Arrow to farm with, but only 4-step fail at the moment. Disruptor is the one who's really kind of suffering in this game. ZZQ, only 4K on that net worth. Not really a game where he's going to, especially without the Philly Stone, get nags or find himself in a situation where he can grab something like that.
Needs another 20 minutes without Philosopher's Stone for him to maybe get that Axe going, but so far it's been only pain for him. 0, 8, and 2. We haven't seen I think I've seen 1 Static Storm, maybe 2 being used.
Yeah, it's been a rough game for both him and Beyond of the Doom. So they are top. They don't have XWY, so they just don't have the Diabolic Edict damage to put the push in onto the tier 3 tower yet, and the XXS could be there in a moment. So we'll see if they really want to push this, and you can tell it's just pushing the creeps in and back.
7E, enjoying himself. Big waves coming to him. Also trying to amplify some of the damage. That Veil that you mentioned from Mirana, plus Solar Bind. Illuminates are gonna hurt.
So, I don't know if you caught that, but Hobbs pointed out the point booster. Oh!
Here it comes.
We might get it. A little Sproink action. I'm here for it. Oh, and they're gonna give him the gem as well.
He feels pretty unkillable, and yeah, with that gem, casual cloak, having that level 10 talent, magic resistance as well, holding on to Pupil's Gift, sitting at 2.2k HP at the moment. Roshan Was that immediate respawn? I believe it was.
And Enchantress, like, if you start with damage and enchant where you're just slowing down these heroes and throwing out impetus, it's like, yeah, you've got damage. Then all of a sudden you're growing and it's like, now I've got level 4 in the Nature's Attendants. I heal so crazily, and I've also got Untouchable with no break in your arsenal. How do you even deal with Enchantress holding a gem or making sure you can get the kill on a Bobica at some point?
They know exactly where Anti-Mage is. And he's got to get out. This time will not be caught. They decided to give Aegis to Monet, so he's got to be the one sieging. Decides to go for AC in the end. Level 18 now, so Reincarnation. Level 3 down to 60 seconds. Plus also Shard was picked up by Leshrac from that Roche. So the way they're going to siege, use Split Earth on top of Wraith King, and then he just right-clicks the tower.
Hook shot. That lands onto the Mirana.
Ooh, Cogs trapped him instead of pushing him back.
Yeah, and then he's able to leap away from the Wraith Fire Blast, so get some distance. They look at bottom once again. They've got XWY pushing it in, both teams finding a Psychic Headband. We'll see who ends up holding that. And here they are, bottom lane, ready to go for the tier 3 tower. They're going to need to try and defend this. I don't know if Lou really has the ability to just go and farm, but I say that, and already the first life out of the hands of Monet, they blew him up. That was really quick.
Veil plus Solar Bind immediately disappears. I want to see how much damage was that.
Yeah, that was insane.
1,500 damage from Keeper of the Light and 1,000 damage from Doom.
And again, Arrow hits a creep this time. Just trying to throw these stuns to keep him back, and Blinding Light, as well as the hook shot missing, and now Starstorm Monet is going to lose the Aegis. They have somehow managed to kill him twice, while Lou is now taking the top tier 3.
Ooh, ZZQ unfortunately did not have kinetic field for another second and a half, 2 seconds, and Lou did some decent damage, half damage done to tier 3 tower on the top lane, did not want to commit, understanding that he needs to play this type of a game. Scotty is finished, going into Butterfly next. Maybe he decides to get a Basher before that, just to have a bit more control during the BKB. It's still potentially a comeback from YBB, even though it's 11. Like, this game could either end relatively quickly, where they go in, they take one bad fight, Anti-Mage dies, they lock him down. I think Aster will not try to go for one more push before they get a pick off or before Wraith King finishes off his VKB.
Bobica farming the mid lane, and they want to go on to this Enchantress. They just don't know what lies behind him, and he's already into the Nature's Attendants. He's going to pop that preemptively and make sure if they jump, he just heals through it all. Talking about that bottom fight, though, when they took out the Wraith King, the second time around, Coddle did 2,200 damage. So it went from 1,500 to 22, and like, I'm surprised with how far behind they are. It's just an instant kill on Monet.
He died so quickly.
Yeah.
He looked like summoned skeleton rather than the king.
Oh no.
Oh.
Hook shot on a ZZQ, and they've got the Will-O-Wisp, so ZZQ's still gonna die. They've got the sleep though onto the Clockwork. They'll buy back, and while this is all going on, Lou's gonna take the top tier 3 tower. Glimpse, jetpack, can't fly over to the kinetic field, even though you look like you're taller than it. They're gonna lose the racks. They've glyphed themselves, so Lou, he's working on it. They'll throw the Doom on XXS, and now he can't get out. They're gonna get a kill here on the Nature's Prophet, and they're also potentially gonna find themselves another one in Pichu.
He hits him with the arrow.
Arrow lands, and that is gonna be 2 heroes dead. They do end up losing half the racks, but so do Aster.
These are good trades for YBB. I don't mind it too much. They did, trade melee barracks for range ones, but they also lost the tier 3 tower on the top lane, which does open up things up for Lou, because he is going for that butterfly in the end, wants to be able to reduce damage from impetus shots, Nature's Prophet, Wraith King. It's probably the best item you can get at this point, because you're relatively tanky, holding on to Pupil's Gift, extra 300 HP from that, Scotty, all the stats. And now with the level 20 talent and Blink cast range, what will increase his farm and also will be much more difficult to kill.
Lou, I'm trying to see, I'm envisioning, seeing if he can do it in my mind. And I've had confidence in Lou in the past. Now he's got a double damage. You kill like 1 or 2 heroes, all of a sudden Lu, he might just take another set. Push out mid if you're not too careful. Going Butterfly, Abyssal. Ooh, boy.
Boboka drawing on a mini-map, knows exactly where they are. It seems like Morana, Tianming also doing the same thing. Showing exactly how they're gonna enter.
Lu? Ooh, scan hits. There's the Butterfly. I can't seem to find him. Lu is 0-2-1.
Yeah, that 1 assist from the laning stage. 2 deaths, and that's about it. Classic anti-mage didn't really contribute much, but now all it takes is 1, maybe 2 bad fights, and YBB, they're back into the game. You can see that Team Aster slowed things down. I did mention BKB on Monet that they need to wait it out. Finally, he does have it. So let's see his next item. Going into MKB, wants to be able to pierce through that evasion.
Yeah, so it'll be a while till he gets that. Hex next for XWY. They want to have that extra bit of control, and as well as the sheeping ability. Make sure they can catch the sheep. And it's going to be Silver Edge and Hex for XXS. So some more damage, more control as well from him.
If he manages to break Anti-Mage, he dies. He's just a normal hero then. Maybe with MKB. Oh, we'll find Morana one more time.
Yeah, Lu kind of fortunate there because he was there a second earlier. Pichu had spotted him. They might have been able to get the kill onto the Anti-Mage with how quick they are with the hook shot and the split earth combo. Lu just continuing to farm the map. Now sits top of the net worth. And this next Roche, it's going to be the 3rd one. We'll see what it ends up giving once it respawns in a minute potentially. We could see Ags or Refresher Shard. What do you think's most beneficial for either side?
I always do favor Ags because you have it throughout the whole game instead of just one charge of a BKB and another big ulti. So feels like much, much better.
Ooh, XXS, he wants to use this Shadow Blade to catch Lu. He's getting there, but he cleans the creep wave too quickly.
As long as Lu has Manta Style, he can get rid of this Gleipnir from XXS, which is on cooldown anyway at the moment. So you need to stun lock him with something. Pichu with the hook shot. And Lu already on the other side of the map.
Having to avoid a stun left a while back, and they're going to see Lu once again. Rocket Flare on him. The rest of the team nearby, and well, Aster's on the other side of the map. They know where he is, but they can't get to him quickly enough. As that's going on, Octarine Core. So we've seen a big shift, right? Like Kato, for the longest time, was kind of close to where Bobica was in terms of net worth. That's completely shifted away.
He did manage to get some really good farm.
And they're going to get a kill there on the Tianming. They look for Beyond, who pops the BKB. XXS is in with the Gleipnir. That locks down this Coddle. They go to the Doom. It's on to XXS. Overseal Totem misses, and he's still able to walk away from the fight. So 70 dies. Lu maybe looking for a way to enter and help.
Well, eventually you're going to have to join the fights with Anti-Mage. You can't just go for this split push. And bottom lane, Catapults took care of the business while this was happening. Nature's Prophet using ulti, pushing out the wave. It's a 35-minute Catapult wave, so 2 Catapults. And now this game feels almost over because Keeper of the Light does not have buyback.
Refresher for another Doom shot. They need to make something happen here. They're going to go forward. They'll look for XWY, and now finally Lu gets involved and blows up XWY. They take out Pichu. Monet going to try and stand his ground, but he's only got 1 life left, and it's a triple kill for Lu. XXS, he TPs out, but Bobica, who's holding this gem, who's got this Ags, and will try to output some damage here. Oh, Wrath of Nature rooting them all up. Another Sproink comes their way. Beyond. Will he survive? Bobica doesn't have the mana, he doesn't have the health, and he'll die off as they lose 4 and they get both gems. Almost 9,000 damage from Lu in that fight.
Beautiful fight from Beyond. Buys that Refresher, gets a good jump,
and right into Roche with
track.
Ags.
That's a huge one. We're going to see that again. I think this is pretty safe Roshan for Team Aster. It's for YBB. It's not going to get contested. They immediately blow him up. And then Anti-Mage with his freshly bought BKB and that butterfly that we talked about doesn't care too much about it. Rocket scouting out Roshan.
Do they try to do anything here? No. Ags is going to be picked up. There's the cheese and... Oh boy. Is he going to just take this Ags himself?
Most likely.
Yes.
Yeah, wants to be able to
I thought maybe you'd
have
give
that
it to the
blink
Disruptor.
fragment. Disruptor's also nice, but your win condition here is Lu, who is holding on to Aegis at the moment. And now, for the first time in this game, YBB, they do have a gold lead, 3K gold lead for them. That's why we said, you know, this game could shift. All it takes is 1-2 good fights and Anti-Mage could take over. Still, you're playing, like, this game could go pretty wild. You have naked barracks, last set of barracks against Nature's Prophet, so he can also go for the split push. Is not that level 25 yet.
Yeah, once he gets that 25.
Yes, you also do have Leshrak, who can edict. They could potentially suicide for the barracks if necessary, but then you might lose the game. So,
got to be holding buyback if you're going to be doing something like that, though.
Exactly.
Otherwise, you're just putting yourself in danger. And XXS actually isn't even really close to 25. He's only level 21.
All 3 cores inside of Aster are level 21 at the moment.
That's kind of surprising. Lou is level 24. He's about to be 25.
Things are going to get much more chaotic now that Anti-Mage does have that Aghanim Scepter.
Makes it so hard for them to enter fights, right? And you could just drain their mana out.
Oh. Penta-Edge sword.
Some more damage for Lou. Moonlight Shadow, and let's see. They're going to try and come over. They've got another gem on the Enchantress. So that was bought by Pichu. He shifts that over to Bobka, who feels like the most survivable at the moment. Lincoln's for XWY as the shift is on to try and make sure that you don't get doomed. And you could see XXS immediately. It's time to rat. Not that easy. They have some great wave clear.
They do. Boots of Travel, Keeper of the Light, Octarine Core, Aghanim Scepter, Quickening Charm. So much CDR on him. And now getting very close to level 20, so extra Spirit Form duration will make him pretty much permanent.
Mana Void cooldown picked up for Lou on that level 25.
Brings it down to 20 seconds. Does have enough mana pool to actually use it. Your Manta Styles, your Blink Fragments, BKB, like even BKB costs mana.
So 25 to 9. But yet, YBB, they have themselves a 6K net worth lead, and they do feel like they're in charge of the game at the moment with the Aegis on Lou. They have struggled to try and kill him. He was, what, 0-2-1? Well, now he's 3-2-2.
Yeah, level 25 Anti-Mage. Pretty, like, they do have 2 MKBs. Like, one is finished. Nature's Prophet is building one. I want to see, even Bobaka is queuing up one. He wants to be able to
Hell yeah,
pierce through that evasion.
I am the carry. God damn. Abyssal Blade for Lou. Things are just looking very tough for Aster. Backdoor. Eventually those creeps will make it. They've got the Hex, they'll land the stun. Monet moving in. Going by this by yourself, maybe not the right call. Is this stun gonna line up? Oh! They've got Lou with the BKB. The right clicks in on a Monet. Looks like they're going to take out his first life. He actually focuses his attention on the XWY after getting Monet low.
He'll get doomed, probably.
Yeah, they're going to throw the Doom on a Monet, but he's going to run it back as Pichu gets in their faces and they'll refresh. So Beyond, now with another Doom available, hits the arrow on a Bobaka. These creeps are pushing in. You need to be careful about your base.
Big team fight. No one died. It was Reincarnation plus Aegis, but they showed that once they break Anti-Mage with that Silver Edge, he dies so quickly. Second usage of the BKB on AM. Does Keeper of the Light have Shard? He does not. Maybe eventually he's going to need to get it just to be able to recall people, set things up on the side lanes, be more annoying with Anti-Mage. Doom, he gets like Boots of Travel too. They set things up. But first you want to build that Hex, which is understandable. You want to have a bit more control. Those Lincoln Spheres also on side of Aster. You mentioned one on XWY. Still far away from it.
And nobody has one at all, actually. Trying to go to the Lotus Orb on Clockwork. So he'll try to help out as well.
Pichu doesn't get farm priority. Like, it's going to take a lot of time or like 2 good fights for him to be able to buy it. Because he still wants to have buyback available for the next fight. Next Roshan, maybe. 4th one in 2 minutes and 30 seconds. Right now, YBB stuck in their own base.
Yeah, it's kind of stuck. We saw as the fight progressed, though, they need to start worrying about their base. As the creeps push in. They do need the Silver Edge from XXS to get the break onto the Anti-Mage. However, if these creeps start to get into the base and XXS TPs down into your base, you might be in some trouble.
You have 2 seconds downtime on Spirit form with all CDR.
So pretty much up always. If he had gotten a Spell Prism, it would have been always up, right? Math-wise.
Yes. Well, you know, that's just a guess. I didn't really do the math in between.
Show your work.
Added 2 extra % from Spell Prism compared to Quickening Charm.
You're going to have to show us your work, otherwise you don't get full credit for the answer. Ooh.
Smoke and Moonlight Shadow. Double damage on AM. They definitely want to take the fight right now.
Oh, boy. Bobica up front shows that he can see him and Blink Fragment. And then the right-click damage and the Wrath of Nature.
Wrath of Nature, I think, hit all 5 heroes. Kept them in place. They did not want to commit with the BKBs. Double damage was not dispelled by Enchantress. Blink Fragments making too much confusion for Bobica.
Yeah, just a moment there. That's just a Blink Fragment in time. And almost going for the Ags on Disruptor. Or almost having the Ags on Disruptor. 1,500 gold. We'll see where he gets it.
Swap things around. I like it. He was trying to get the Glimmer Cape for a very long time. Understands that Glimmer Cape is not what's going to bring you like extra lockdown, no BKBs, muting items. It's just too powerful of an upgrade. So needs to find some farm somewhere. A bit of a difficult task as a Disruptor. And at this stage of the game as well.
Yeah, it's unfortunate for him he didn't get the Philly Stone because we said that he's going to need like 20 minutes to get the Ags. He ultimately ends up needing more. But if he had the Philly Stone, like, he probably has this item at this point.
Yeah, it would definitely be Ags already. You could, like, if you're lacking farm, you can sell your Magic Wand, sell your Cloak. It's extra gold. Push you forward. Because Cloak, Magic Wand's not going to save you. It's not going to change how the fight's going to go. This casual Cloak gives you extra 15 magic resistance. But if you get jumped, if you get hit by any of the spells, pretty much you're dead as a Disruptor.
Yeah, I don't know if it's like entirely necessary that ZZQ gets this Ags, but you can push it. I feel like Lou's just in such a good spot. And the Static Storms, as long as they're down, are more than enough.
Bobica. His MKB is very close. Needs another 200 gold to finish it.
Hook
shot misses.
Will-O-Wisp and the Kinetic Field. Blink Fragment goes into the jetpack again. Gets pulled in by the Will-O-Wisp once more, and now a 3rd time. Monet's jumping in. He needs to be careful. The Will-O-Wisp has another charge on him with the BKB being popped here by Monet, but he's caught in a Sprout. Lou in the backlines goes into the Mana Void, and XXS is going to die here with Pichu. They've lost 2 heroes. They don't have buyback on XXS. That's massive. They're going to look over at XWY, and they will find themselves the damage on Monet, and he doesn't have buyback either. What are they doing?
I think that's game.
Oh my God, YBB have team wiped.
They don't have...
And nobody on Aster has buyback.
No buyback. He's also buying into AC, so that's going to be extra attack speed, extra minus armor. They could poke it. They could see what happens. If they're not buying back, they could go for tier 4 towers and just end the game. Anti-mage, what was that? 10,000 damage one more time coming out from Lou. And also, I love that Beyond did not want to take a risk, so he dooms Wraith King while still has ulti available, refreshes, and holds it for another one.
Oh, Pichu.
He's trying to split push. I don't think this is going to work out.
Yeah, this is a last-ditch effort, stormcrafting and trying to run. They now have a sentry down. They are taking some of the attention away, and they have backed off from the base.
Wait, what are they doing? Why are they not finishing the game? 30 seconds. They could take mega creeps. Instead, they decide to go for Roche. I still feel that they could have taken the barracks and went for Roche, but seems like YBB wants to play it super safe. Another Aegis, another Cheese, another Aghanim Scepter upgrade.
I just don't think they believe that
They
Aster
don't have
won't
buybacks,
have
yeah.
like, this is the top team Aster. They lead the DPC. They would definitely hold buyback, right?
No,
Guys?
That's not... That's what the case here is. Doom picks up that Ag, so AoE Doom will be available.
So double Ags upgrade, because as Beyond gets one from Roche, Disruptor finishes his with a purchase.
So now you have two big upgrades. Suddenly 30,000 net worth lead for YBB.
Blink Fragment, Hex, Lou. He's alone. He is all alone.
Can they
gonna
land
get there
another
in
stun?
time?
There is no clockwork. Maybe if stun connects at the same time.
Start,
Never mind.
Lou, BKB. Ooh, the Will-O-Wisp is going to be down. Lou's going to go for Bobica. Throws the Abyssal Blade. Has the Refresher. And with the Doom on Beyond on himself, they'll get the kill
Another
there.
Abyssal.
On the Enchantress. Gleipnir's not going to do anything. They've got the Mana Void again. They take out XWY. Monet and XXS to hold.
I feel like Monet's damage in the last 15 minutes has been sub 5k. Like, he just was not able to lock onto a target, to do anything. These blinding lights are causing a lot of issues as well. These are blinding lights on lower cooldown. Now, Doom does have Refresher available in 5 seconds. He's going for XXS.
Yeah. I don't think XXS has the damage to deal with Beyond by himself. So they're bottom. They're looking for the tier 3 XWY. He is still dead for 45 seconds. This is mega creeps at least. XXS, break, BKB, right clicks. He's doing some damage, but he doesn't have the vision. Now forced to TP out and just gets away. But it is mega creeps here for YBB.
Aster couldn't finish off the game quick enough. Anti-Mage came online, and now it's all suffering and pain. The only thing you can do is pretty much watch him. With the 4 staffs, they have one fight. This is it. Like, they have one try.
Yeah, step 1, lay on the ground. Step 2, curl into a ball. Step 3, cry.
AM Zin, that's the fake one with the Blink Fragment.
Ancient.
You do have Counterspell as well.
Now exposed, but they do have 5 heroes. There are 2 cheeses. They've got choices from Gouda to Swiss. On the side of YBB, that's the Gouda, that's the Swiss. And a 32,000 net worth lead.
It's not looking good for Team Aster at the moment. No buybacks. Monet does not have one. He invested everything in this overwhelming Blink. Blink Fragments, upgrade from Anti-Mage, been causing a lot of issues, making confusion. Using Counterspell as well, can't even kill it.
Everybody on YBB held buyback, and nobody from Aster has had the gold for buyback in like the last 10 minutes.
Interesting that Anti-Mage doesn't have Aghanim Shard upgrade. It's a good one. It's like if you're close to someone, it also reduces their spell damage by 30%. This is something that destroys Leshrac. Like, the spell damage reduction is 10%. So, does have enough gold for buyback and shard, but right now looking to buy Refresher, wants to have that double BKB.
Remember when the odds for Aster were 1.02?
Yeah. Well, didn't seem so long ago. This is 35 minutes we're talking about.
Oh, hookshot misses. Doom on himself with the BKB. He's got the mute on a Bobica. They're going to go after Monet. They'll take out his mana, and they'll take out his life. Static Storm placed on top. That's with the Axe upgrade. They're going to get a second kill here out of the Skeleton King, and they will not have Monet. It looks like they won't have Bobica either. But with the Nature's Attendant, still can't survive. Beyond gets the kill. Lou with the Abyssal Blade. They've got the arrow, and they'll call GG after blunder as Ybb take game 1.
Man, what a performance. Like, they lost the laning stage so hard. They were almost 10k gold lead down, 2 set of barracks, and Aster was unable to finish off the game.